Then, right before Stella's eyes, something unbelievable happened. The man began to change. His body twisted and shifted until he wasn't a man anymore. He had turned into a dog. Stella gasped in horror, unable to move. She had never seen anything like it. The dog looked at her with the same eyes the man had, then slowly transformed back into a human. Stella sat frozen, not knowing what to say. In the busy city of Lagos, there lived two girls named Bella and Stella. They were best friends from the moment they were little. Bella and Stella did everything together. They went to the same primary school, played during break time, and even walked home together after school. Bella's family wasn't rich, but her parents loved her very much. They worked hard to make sure Bella was always happy. Stella's family had more money than Bella's, but that never stopped the girls from being close. They never cared about money. What mattered was their friendship. When they finished primary school, they both passed their exams and got into the same secondary school. This made them even happier. They would study together, do homework together, and talk about their dreams for the future. As they grew older, Bella and Stella promised each other that they would never do bad things, even when others tried to lead them in the wrong direction. There were some girls at school who did not make good choices. They would talk about going to parties and meeting rich men who gave them money, but Bella and Stella knew better. They didn't want to live that kind of life. Years passed, and soon it was time to leave secondary school. Bella and Stella both worked very hard to pass their final exams. Their hard work paid off because they both got admission to the same university. They were excited to start this new chapter of their lives together, still best friends, just as they had been since they were little girls. Bella and Stella were so happy to start university. It was a new world for them, full of new faces, big classrooms, and lots of studying. The two friends shared a room in the university hostel, which made it feel like home. Every day, they would attend their classes together and talk about their future. Bella liked to focus on her studies. She always wanted to make her parents proud because she knew they worked hard for her to be there. Stella, on the other hand, loved to study, but was more interested in the exciting things happening around the university. She dreamed of living a rich life, wearing nice clothes, and buying whatever she wanted. One day, after class, Bella and Stella were sitting in their room, talking about their day, when a knock came on their door. It was their friend, Victoria. Victoria always knew about the latest parties and events happening around campus. "There's a big birthday party tonight," Victoria said, smiling. "Rich men will be there, and they are going to spend a lot of money. You two should come with me." Bella looked worried. She didn't like the idea of going to a party just to meet rich men. She shook her head. "I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want to go." But Stella's eyes lit up with excitement. "A party? With rich men?" she asked. "It could be fun." Bella was unsure, but Stella kept trying to convince her. "Come on, Bella. It's just a party. Nothing bad will happen. Let's go together." Finally, Bella agreed, but deep down, she wasn't sure if it was the right choice. After agreeing to go to the party, Bella felt a bit uneasy, but she trusted Stella. They had been friends for so long, and Stella promised that nothing bad would happen. That evening, they both started getting ready in their room. Stella was excited and full of energy, trying on different outfits to find the perfect one. "Bella, what are you going to wear?" Stella asked as she held up a sparkly dress. "We need to look our best. There will be rich people there." Bella shrugged. "I don't know, Stella. I don't really want to dress up. Maybe I'll just wear something simple." But Stella wouldn't let that happen. "No way. You have to look great. You never know who you might meet." Stella handed Bella a nice dress and some makeup. Bella smiled weakly and decided to go along with it, even though she still felt unsure. As they finished getting ready, Victoria knocked on their door again. "Are you girls ready?" she asked, grinning. "This is going to be the best party ever." Stella was thrilled. "We are ready. Let's go," she said, grabbing Bella's hand. Together, the three girls left the hostel and made their way to the party. The streets of Lagos were busy as always, with people everywhere. The sound of music could be heard as they got closer to the venue. The party was at a large house, filled with bright lights and loud music. Bella could see expensive cars parked outside and lots of people dressed in fancy clothes. As they walked inside, the house was filled with laughter and dancing. People were enjoying themselves, and the atmosphere was lively. Stella's eyes widened as she looked around at all the wealth. Bella, however, felt even more unsure about being there. "Relax, Bella," Stella whispered. "It's just a party. Let's have fun." But Bella couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. The party was in full swing, with people dancing and laughing in every corner. Bella and Stella followed Victoria as she led them through the crowd. The house was bigger and more beautiful than anything Bella had ever seen before. The walls were covered in gold-colored decorations, and the chandeliers sparkled like stars in the sky. Stella couldn't stop smiling. "This place is amazing," she said, her eyes shining with excitement. Bella nodded, but she still felt nervous. She wasn't used to being around so many strangers, especially rich ones. But she trusted Stella, so she tried her best to relax. Soon, a waiter came by, offering drinks and food. Stella quickly grabbed a glass of juice and took a sip, enjoying the moment. "I feel like I'm in a movie," she said, laughing. Bella smiled, trying to enjoy herself too. "It's really nice here," she admitted, though she still felt out of place. As the night went on, a man in a fancy suit approached them. He looked important, with a gold watch on his wrist and shiny shoes. He smiled at Bella. "Hello," he said. "Would you like to dance?" Bella felt uncomfortable. She didn't want to dance with a stranger, so she politely said, "No, thank you." The man didn't seem upset. He simply nodded and walked away. But a few moments later, the same man came back and asked Stella to dance. Stella, who loved attention and excitement, happily agreed. "Of course," she said with a big smile. Bella watched as Stella and the man walked to the dance floor. Stella looked so happy, but Bella felt a strange feeling in her stomach. She didn't know why, but something about the party made her feel uneasy. She stayed close to Victoria, hoping that Stella would come back soon. While Stella was dancing, Bella noticed that more and more rich men were looking at them, whispering to each other. She wasn't sure if it was a good or bad thing, but she knew she had to stay cautious. As Bella watched Stella dance with the man, she couldn't shake the strange feeling growing inside her. Something about the party felt wrong, but she couldn't figure out what it was. The music was loud, the people were happy, but her heart kept telling her to be careful. After a few songs, Stella returned to Bella and Victoria, her face glowing with excitement. "This party is amazing," she said, still catching her breath from dancing. "You should have danced with him, Bella. These men are so nice." Bella shook her head. "I don't feel comfortable. I think we should be careful," she said softly. Before Stella could answer, the same man who had danced with her walked over again. This time, he smiled directly at Bella. "Why are you so quiet?" he asked. "Come with me, I can make your night very special." His voice was smooth, but Bella didn't like the way he looked at her. "No, thank you," Bella said quickly, stepping back. She didn't want to go anywhere with him. She didn't care how rich he was. Something felt wrong about him. The man smiled again, but his eyes seemed different this time. "You don't know what you're missing," he said before turning to Stella. "But maybe your friend here will be more fun." He winked at Stella, and she blushed. "I'll be back," Stella whispered to Bella and Victoria before following the man toward a private room upstairs. Bella's heart sank. Stella, wait, she called, but it was too late. Stella was already walking away with the man. Bella wanted to stop her, but she didn't know what to say. She had a bad feeling about this. Don't worry, Bella, Victoria said, trying to calm her down. It's just a party. Stella will be fine. But Bella wasn't so sure. She had always known that Stella loved money and nice things, but this was different. She felt that something dangerous was happening, and she didn't know how to stop it. Stella followed the man upstairs, feeling excited. She loved the attention he gave her, and the promise of something exciting made her feel important. The man led her to a private room, away from the noise of the party. The room was quiet, with soft lighting, and the furniture looked expensive. Stella had never been in a place like this before. The man smiled at her as he closed the door. "You're a very beautiful girl," he said. "I want to make you an offer." Stella's heart raced. She liked hearing compliments, and the idea of an offer made her curious. "What kind of offer?" she asked, sitting down on the fancy couch. The man walked over and sat next to her. "How would you like to have a lot of money?" he asked, his voice calm and gentle. "I could give you millions. You could buy anything you want, nice clothes, jewelry, even a car. All you have to do is keep my secret." Stella's eyes widened. "Millions?" she asked, barely able to believe it. She had always dreamed of being rich, of having everything she wanted. What kind of secret? The man looked at her closely, then leaned in and whispered, "I have a special power. But you have to promise never to tell anyone." Stella felt a chill run down her spine. "What kind of power?" she asked, feeling a little nervous but still excited. The man smiled mysteriously. "I can only show you. But first, you have to promise you'll keep the secret. If you agree, I'll give you 50 million naira." Stella's heart pounded. 50 million. It was more money than she had ever imagined. She thought about all the things she could do with that much money. She hesitated for a moment, but the temptation was too strong. "Okay," she said, her voice shaky. "I promise." The man's smile grew wider. "Good," he said. Then, right before Stella's eyes, something unbelievable happened. The man began to change. His body twisted and shifted until he wasn't a man anymore. He had turned into a dog. Stella gasped in horror, unable to move. She had never seen anything like it. The dog looked at her with the same eyes the man had, then slowly transformed back into a human. Stella sat frozen, not knowing what to say. The man leaned closer. "Now that you know my secret, will you still keep your promise?" Stella sat on the couch, trembling. She couldn't believe what she had just seen. The man had turned into a dog right in front of her eyes. Her heart pounded as she tried to make sense of it. She felt trapped, scared, and confused all at once. The man, now fully human again, leaned closer and smiled. "Don't be afraid," he said softly. "I told you I have a special power. But I can give you everything you want, money, a life of luxury. All you have to do is keep my secret." Stella's mind raced. She had always dreamed of being rich, of living a life where she could buy anything she wanted. 50 million naira would change her life forever. But what she had just seen was terrifying. How could she trust someone who could turn into an animal? I don't know," Stella whispered, her voice shaky. "This is too much. I didn't expect this." The man's smile faded slightly, but he remained calm. "I understand it's a lot to take in," he said, his voice smooth and persuasive. "But think about it. This is your chance to have everything you've ever dreamed of. All you have to do is keep my secret. No one else has to know. Stella hesitated. The promise of money was tempting, but the thought of what she had just witnessed made her feel sick. She thought about Bella, her best friend, who always told her that money wasn't everything. Bella would never agree to something like this. But the man wasn't giving up. "You're a smart girl," he said. "I can make your life so much easier. You'll never have to worry about anything again. Just say yes, and the money is yours." Stella bit her lip, unsure of what to do. She looked around the fancy room, imagining what her life could be like with all that money. But deep inside, something didn't feel right. "I need time to think," Stella finally said, her voice barely above a whisper. The man nodded. "Take your time," he said, standing up. "But remember, this offer won't last forever. You'll have to decide soon." With that, he left the room, leaving Stella alone with her thoughts. She sat there for a long time, trying to decide what to do. The money could change her life, but at what cost? Stella sat alone in the quiet room, her heart racing and her mind in turmoil. The offer from the man replayed in her head like a song she couldn't escape. 50 million naira. It was a fortune, enough to buy beautiful clothes, go on fancy trips, and never worry about money again. But the memory of the strange transformation haunted her. What if he turns into a dog again, she thought, shivering at the thought. She didn't know anything about this man. Was he dangerous? What if she said yes and ended up regretting it? But what if she said no and missed out on a chance to change her life forever? Stella closed her eyes, trying to calm herself. She thought about Bella and their friendship. Bella always reminded her that true happiness didn't come from money. They had shared so many dreams together, going to university, starting their careers, and living a good life. Could Stella really throw all that away for a quick chance at wealth? Suddenly, there was a knock on the door, and it swung open. It was Victoria, her eyes wide with excitement. "Stella, where have you been? Everyone is looking for you. You have to come back to the party." Stella forced a smile. "I'll be there in a minute," she replied, still feeling conflicted. "Come on. It's so much fun. You don't want to miss it," Victoria urged, pulling Stella towards the door. Stella hesitated, wanting to share her worries about the man with Victoria, but unsure of how to explain. Instead, she took a deep breath and said, "I just need a little more time, okay?" Victoria looked puzzled but nodded. "All right. But hurry. I think Bella is worried about you too." As they walked back down the hallway, Stella's heart raced. She needed to talk to Bella and tell her everything that had happened. Bella would understand, she always did. But what if Bella wanted to leave the party right away? Would Stella even have the chance to think things through? When they reached the party again, the music was louder, and everyone was dancing and laughing. Stella's eyes searched for Bella, and she spotted her near the food table, looking a little lost. "Bella?" Stella called, rushing over. Bella's face lit up when she saw her. "Stella, I was starting to get worried. Where did you go?" Bella asked, her voice filled with concern. I was just talking to someone," Stella said, trying to sound casual. But inside, she was scared about what to say next. "Are you okay?" Bella asked, studying Stella's face. "You look a bit pale." Stella hesitated, not knowing how to explain everything without alarming Bella. "Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little tired." Bella nodded but didn't look convinced. "I'm glad you're back. Let's stick together, okay? I don't want to lose you in this crowd. Okay, Stella replied, grateful for Bella's friendship. But the weight of the decision loomed over her like a dark cloud. Bella could sense that something was bothering Stella, even though she wasn't saying it. She knew her friend well and could tell when Stella was hiding something. They had been friends for so long, sharing all their secrets, hopes, and dreams. So why was Stella acting so distant? The party continued, with music and laughter filling the air. But Bella couldn't enjoy herself knowing that her best friend was troubled. She gently grabbed Stella's arm and pulled her aside, away from the crowd and noise. Stella, Bella said softly, looking into her friend's eyes, please tell me what's going on. I can tell something is wrong. You know you can trust me. Stella looked down, unsure if she should share what had happened. The memory of the man's strange transformation still haunted her, and she wasn't sure how Bella would react. But she also felt a growing sense of relief knowing Bella was there. Maybe Bella could help her make sense of it all. Taking a deep breath, Stella whispered, Bella, something happened. I met this man, and he offered me something. A lot of money. Bella's eyes widened, her face full of surprise. Money? Why would he offer you money? She asked, concern in her voice. Stella hesitated, trying to find the right words. He said he had a secret, and he showed me something unbelievable, she said, shivering as she remembered the transformation. He turned into a dog right in front of me, Bella. I don't know how, but he did. Bella gasped, her eyes wide with shock. A dog? Are you serious? Stella, that sounds so strange and scary. Stella nodded, feeling relieved that Bella was listening. I know. I was scared too. But he promised me 50 million naira if I kept his secret and let him, spend time with me. Bella took Stella's hands, her voice firm. Stella, this doesn't feel right. We don't know who he is or what he might be planning. Sometimes, things that look good aren't really good. We should leave. Stella felt torn. Part of her wanted to stay and hear more from the man. After all, the money could change her life. But Bella's words reminded her of the danger that might be hiding beneath his promises. After a long pause, Bella squeezed Stella's hand and said, You're my best friend, Stella. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Let's go back to the hostel. We can think about this when we are safe. Stella took a deep breath, feeling a sense of peace with Bella by her side. All right, she said, nodding. Let's go home. Together, they left the party, walking into the cool night air. Stella couldn't shake the feeling of temptation, but she knew that with Bella by her side, she could make the right decision. If you want to know how the story ends, like and subscribe, and write continue in the comment section. Kindly tell us where you are watching us from.